Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy holidays. We're here. Fabulous Life Confabulation Christmas edition. We have with us two of our normal panel of awesome coaches. Oh, it's two, three. I have to count myself. We have Denise Robinson. Yay! We have Elizabeth Terry. Yay! And you see that we are Christmased out and we all have something to drink. I hope you will have something to drink as well. Of course, mine is just tea, and all my good friends know I only drink tea. I would never have anything, different than tea in my cup. But that said, I'm just this naturally effervescent. I am going to hand over to Denise Robinson because she's going to run the show. We're all saying happy holidays. It's the time to just be in love. And I am just handing the love mic over to Denise Rob.
So, yes, unmute. So, how am I feeling this evening? Well, I'm feeling very Christmassy. I don't know how else to put it. It's just the spirit. And I went to my office this afternoon and we had our goal setting workshop and our pixie giving and sorrel and cake. And I mean, I gotta say, I just feel like Christmas. And the color is, as you see, I have on the Jamaican colors. So I am feeling um, red, white, black, green, and gold. Mm. Mm.
Okay, so I love Christmas. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. I love Christmas. Oh yeah, people, oh, it's commercial and oh, you spend all your money, but it's, you know what? Christmas is here, and I feel it. And can I tell you, I am in love with so many people. It's just amazing. I
Mm.
mean, just in passionate love, and I just feel that radiating out. And so it's just awesome.
Lovely.
And I'm even in love with my neighbor's cat that just comes, stares at me, gives passes judgment, and goes back over next door. But I love the cat, so it's just it just filled with love. The color, what color am I? Well, for those who may or may not know, there's that special type of red that's found at the Appleton 21 Reserve. That's a special color red. That's how I'm feeling.
It's the creator in you, that creative energy.
Not rum red. Not the rum red.
Denise, Denise, Williams, what you have in that mug there you're drinking?
Just a tea bag and hot water.
I'm just checking, just checking.
Right, 21. 21.
Yes. A kid. Well, like Denise, I've always loved Christmas. There's just something about it. And some of the things that I remember, as I was telling you earlier, was my terror of Junkanoo. Oh my God, we'd hear them coming up the road from way down. You hear them coming, you hear the fife and the drums and everything going. And I'm like, oh, and it's sort of a childlike curiosity and fear all mixed up into one. So you'd run out to the gate and you're looking out and you're looking for them, but you don't want, as soon as you see them, you run back inside because you really don't want that devil and all of them to be coming and haunting you and stuff. No, 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 no. So that was definitely a memory. I rem- yeah, I remember decorating the Christmas tree. It was very much a sort of family thing. Even my father got involved in it. And, so that was also something. You go and select the tree and then you bring it home. And of course, it was always a fresh tree. So the smell of it kind of filled the house. And then as children, you were always waiting for Santa Claus. And of course, Daddy was Santa Claus. You know, um, so we knew that after a time, but we didn't let on, right? Well, it's like we knew it, but we didn't let on because we knew that once we knew it, then the gifts would stop, right? So we're like, oh, surprise! Wonder what it's from. So that was also so and I mean of course and then all the food and the drink on Christmas Day and my mother was an excellent cook. So our house was the gathering house because it was very much about family. So it was all, you get up early in the morning and you can go and, open your presents. And sometimes, especially if you went to late church on Christmas Eve, you could come back home and open one present. Only one. Ah, mm, you know, and but you can shake it and you can feel it up and mm, yes, for sure. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, well, Christmas for me, grandma, I live with grandma and it was like, decoration So it was the very traditional Christmas where every curtain, bed sheet, everything changed out for Christmas. You had to have new curtains, had to have new bed sheets. Of course, the tree and the decorations, but I think grandma put more energy in the soft furnishings, the curtains, the bed, the towels, all of those things had to change. Of course, the week of Christmas, the meat is seasoning from 3, 4 days before the big cooking take place. I was like, that was the other part of the preparation. I, you know, and here's the thing though, I actually was the chief gift wrapper in the house. So there was no secret. I knew what everybody was gonna get. So I was, so I never had that suspenseful Christmas. However, my grandma somehow was the receiving agent for tons of books from back to the Bible. And grandma decided all of these books on Christmas Eve needed to be given on Coronation Market. So that was our mission, that we were saving souls. I had to go back to the Bible books. I was mortified. I want to go home. I don't want to be here. So Christmas was like us, just a lot, a flurry of activity. Also, our house was the gathering house. So everybody was coming. So that's what I was, this is like really ruining my credibility that there's nothing in the cup. You know what I'm saying? But because there really is nothing in the cup. It's just tea. But yeah, so Christmas was we really have nothing in the tea. Nothing in- Yeah. But yeah, so Christmas with grandma was a flurry of activity. It was just amazing. It was an amazing, amazing time. And now that I look back, it's such a blessing. Such a blessing.
So tell us about yours. You definitely need Dennis. Wow. Mhm. Mhm. You're on mute, Denise.
Right.
Yeah.
10, okay, 10 and 11.
Oh,
Yes.
my
Right.
kids are grown up. They're like 30,
Yeah. Yeah.
late 20s. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. 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 Yes.
Um, maybe I know with my kids now, what I always did, they're boys, and it's like, it's not really, I don't know. I always think boys need activity. And so I do scavenger hunts,
Hmm.
So basically I allow them to see the bags come in, see the gift wrap, and see everything. They can't touch nothing. And then when they're sleeping, I wrap and I hide stuff from them. And they really like it. And so they have to go around the house and look on the bed and behind this, and
Fine.
they like it. Now we're in COVID, it's not so easy, but I think what I'm gonna do this year, because they're basically with me everywhere. So I think what I'm gonna do this year is carry them with me and make them count 100 and walk up somewhere in the store, buy it, wrap it up in a bag, and tell them don't come to the cashier with me. Wrap it up in a bag and just keep it, and so that suspense will, so they'll know they're getting that, and they'll have this. Because I really would like to keep the suspense, because they seem to enjoy going under the couch and just under the bed, and they like that more, than actual seeing the present. They like the hunt, so that's how I do the whole Christmas thing with my kids. Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Yes. It's- yeah, that does sound like fun. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, we did some of the same stuff, you know. I mean, we've always had the Christmas tree, and that was when they were little, something that we did together, you know, put up the Christmas tree. And as you mentioned, Starlight, I had forgotten all about Starlight, but as you said it, I'm like, damn, as a child, that was a big deal for me. And I made sure that my kids got it when they were young, because it was just such a pretty and delightful thing. Um, Presents, yes. I mean, I think when I was growing up, we got Santa presents and we got presents from family and so forth. So I did get more than one. But I mean, their thing is, like, how many presents do we have under the tree? So they go and count them. But I had to make sure that I did not put down the presents from me before Christmas Eve, because what I reckon, no, they would go, they were so good. They would take off the wrapping. I found out about this actually years later. I suspected, but then years later, I found out that, there was no surprises. There was no big secret. It was all a game, because the game for them was going and sneaking under the tree and then opening the presents and putting everything back as if it were not touched. I'm telling you, one Christmas I went to a great, trouble to hide. I got them. One was a tricycle, a little tricycle, and the other was a small bicycle with training wheels. And where I lived, there was an upstairs, and the landlord lived upstairs. So I asked him, I brought them in and I gave it to him and I said, please, will you take these upstairs and hide them and bring them down, when they're gone to bed. Listen to me. Years later, I found out that they well and knew that they that the bicycle and the tricycle were upstairs. I'm like, how do you know these things? I mean, it's just crazy. I know. Mhm. Yeah. You're embarrassing me.
Yeah, yeah. I know. You have oh, come on. Like for me, I get you because like I'm in the whole Scooby Doo and like what, So I know exactly. Like, they move on and you're still stuck. And then you go buy a Scooby Doo toy. I'm like, what is that?
I know. Yeah. Hmm. Yes. Better. Yes. Go
Yeah, yeah.
check out or a gift certificate. No. No. Definitely not with it, Mom.
No,
Definitely.
I know, I
Yeah.
know. You are
Hey,
so not.
there's one thing that we have not any of us really mentioned, and that is church. And I don't know about you, but I mean, we had to go to church on Christmas morning. And if it wasn't Christmas morning, it was Christmas Eve. And that was definitely a part of the whole thing. And my kids, when they were young, that was certainly something that we all did. And singing, that's something I did a lot of. Yeah. Oh,
Well, I can tell you, my grandma, we did not go to church because she carried the church where she was. And I can tell you, I remember one holiday, she had, her group of church sisters and such. And there was one lady, let me tell you. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't believe it is a childhood exaggeration. She prayed over Christmas Eve dinner for 45 minutes.
oh
And I
my.
remember granddad saying, that woman can never come back in the house.
Talk about anticipation.
I'm like, and I knew it wasn't, as I said, a childhood exam, that something was wrong. This long prayer for Christmas Eve. And it is when because granddad normally, he's been here. Never, she can never come back in this house again. It was a big thing. So we didn't actually do Christmas in church. Grandma invited a lot of people to the house. So as I said, I think in another life she would have been a pastor. I really, really do. That's what I think.
Mm,
You know, yeah.
Amen.
For me, I tell you the honest truth. I don't like taking down a Christmas tree. It is an emotional
Mhm.
oh my God, I cry to take down, like January comes and to take down the ball is the worst. And then I met a lady who has her Christmas tree up all year long. As she come home from work, she plug in the tree. This is why she says, look here, the tree is my husband. It give me more light and joy than the man that was with me previously. I'm never gonna unplug it. So I
Listen,
thought I was only
Denise,
yes.
Denise, she needs to come and see me for sure. She has some things, issues there. We need to clean them up.
And so I just, that was one of the things I struggled with to because I wanted to go like I obviously my dream Christmas tree is one with, peacock feathers and the colors of the peacock, the turquoise, the purple, and
Mm,
silver, and but to take it down
amen.
is too much. So I've never done it. I've never gotten the extravagant Christmas tree that I've always wanted because it's just much.
Mhm. 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 Yeah. Mm. Hey, yeah. But the completion is really taking down the tree. That's how I see it. And so that's why Denise is having that hard time because for her it's like closure and she don't want to close it. Yeah,
I don't want Christmas to end.
I
I
know.
don't believe in Christmas ending. So if I take down my tree, I have agreed with everybody that Christmas is over, and I have not agreed. I don't agree. Christmas never ends.
Well, listen, guys, I think we should just toast to
Yes,
all of the persons who have been listening in, either live or to
on the
the
replay.
replays,
Yes.
and just say, Merry Christmas,
Merry
everybody, Happy
Christmas.
Kwanzaa,
Yes. Yeah. Happy
all the other
Hanukkah.
happy holidays, Happy
Happy
Hanukkah,
Hanukkah. Yes.
anything
Yes.
that, and just spread the love because
Yeah.
that ultimately
And
is what
oh
Christmas is
yeah,
about.
and I tell you the truth. I will say just as we wrap up and wind down, for me, 2020, and I'm not joking. I find that I am absolutely in love. And it is in love coming from a space of just being so glad to be here.
Oh,
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that for those who don't know, we're coming from doing this live on stage and we're just following the technology. So I'm glad we're back. and it's just awesome. And I just want to thank everybody. And we're going to be working to have some really delightful and delicious activities in 2021. And again, it's just about the love.
Yes, celebrating the Christ presence, the
Yes,
divinity that is
yes,
rebirthed in every
yes,
single one of us.
yes, yes, yes,
Blessings, blessings.
yes,
Yes.
right, yes,
And we recognize the spirit and we recognize the
yes,
Christ within you
yes. And we recognize the reason for the
for the
season.
season.
And we want to say much love to Nadine, who wasn't here,
Yes.
Nad, and
And
Dr.
Andrea,
Sandra, Dr. Tara, and even Natalie,
Lydia.
who occasionally pops in and pops out. We love you too, darling. And so, mwah,
Yes.
mwah to all. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Enjoy, enjoy.